Hey guys, welcome back. Let's play Chrono Cross. Last time, we went through overly detailed tutorials and I tried to make things simple. I don't think I did a particularly effective job at it, but hopefully you got the basic gist of how it works. If there's any questions about how the combat works in this game, just post comments and I'll try and do my best to answer that for you guys. Anyway, this is the third and final of the Komodo dragons here. The only way that this works here is you just have to chase it around in hello. I think we pissed off Mummy. Yeah, you just have to chase this one around until eventually you catch it. This is the Mama Komodo. Now, as far as bosses go, it's the first boss in an RPG. It's not particularly difficult to beat. You just kind of fight it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to attack a couple of times here. And then I'm going to unleash Fireball. You could have moved it up to +2 to get a little bit more damage out of it, but doesn't really matter. Now, Surge has a much higher magic stat, so he'll do quite a bit more damage with his Fireball than Koshal will do with hers. But she missed an attack, so she's not going to get a chance to use it. I could have used a different attack, and then she would have had a chance to use it, but all I had to do was do that, and we get I think people have referred to that as a stamina refresh, where you have no stamina left, and then all of a sudden you just max out your stamina. I think what's happening is you just waste you basically defend each round without doing the actual defense action to reduce the incoming damage. So there's pluses and minuses to it. This isn't a particularly difficult fight, though. Would you please hit something? Wow, that is sad. Yeah, anytime one of those circles up in the top left, it has a color the same as the element that you're casting, it will receive a little bit of a boost in damage. I'll go over specifics later when it matters a lot more. Can you please hit something? Yeah, the boss uses nothing but blue elements. It's blue innate color. There are actual attack patterns in this game for most of the enemies, including bosses. So you could, I could go over what it is, but as I showed you, there's not really much to the boss, so there wasn't really all that much to go over. Anyway, I've fought a few battles now. Let's talk about the music. The victory fanfare is basically a retooled version of Lucca's theme from Chrono Trigger. It's a great way of including a classic track from the original game without having to do anything special with it, because they sometimes use this as a fanfare theme in Chrono Trigger as well, but it was generally considered to be Lucca's theme, and I think that's even how it's titled in the soundtrack. Anyway, there are no experience points in this game, and all we get for levels are what are referred to here as star levels. You'll get star levels as you defeat specific bosses throughout the course of the game. When you defeat a boss, you get a star level. You will also get stat boosts that are not just HP. On the odd occasion, it will just be HP, but usually you're trying to get as many stat points as possible. And what will happen after a boss fight is for the next few battles, you'll gain little bits of HP, and then eventually you'll gain another kind of mini stat up, just kind of like we got in, I think, 2 or 3 battles before this fight, what we would have encountered at the end of the last episode. We got that little stat boost. We'll get that again, so we'll now want to fight a number of battles before we fight our next boss, which is a little ways away, so we'll have time to deal with that. Now, the stat gains are random, and if you save before a boss fight, you will not get anything different. They determine what the stat ups are going to be when you defeat the previous boss. So the stats that I'm going to get from the second star boss are already determined at this point. So if I wanted to kind of re-roll it and save scum, basically, I would have to save before this fight and then do the next 2 boss fights all in one. So there's no reason to ever do that in this game. There's not really a whole lot of reason to go out of your way to farm additional stat points, but as long as it's within reason, I'm going to do it. It just takes too long to do it otherwise. Anyway, we now have all 3 Komodo scales. Now we need to go to Opasa Beach. Now, later on, when we get more characters, we will have the ability to choose the characters we have going into a boss fight, and then when we go to do our little mini level up after, we can swap in each individual character, bring them in, and they'll get each one as soon as they fight a single battle after everyone else has already gotten their mini stand up. But that takes too long, and it's tedious, and I'm not doing it. So, there's lots of things you can do to try and maximize stat growth in this game. It really doesn't matter. The stats you gain are random, but they will generally average out to around the same amount over the course of the game. My previous playthrough and my test run, I happened to end up really high on HP. I watched another Let's Play to gain additional information, different perspective before, to kind of add to my notes. And that one, they got a drastic amount of strength and a lot less HP. Now, this game is nice. Now that we've progressed through Lizard Rock, we can actually pass right through it on the world map without having to go through the whole process all over again, which is a godsend. Anyway, here is Opasa Beach. I didn't wait too long, I just got here. So this is where you went off to. The dog is worried about putting us out on our date. So is it not a date? Interesting thing, when they updated for this remaster, they changed a number of things. They upscaled the backgrounds, they upscaled the models, they changed the portraits, and they changed the text. The text isn't the worst upscaled, different font that I've ever seen. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. The portraits are a lot brighter and a lot more anime than the original ones were. I'm not as big a fan of them. They're more expressive for sure, but I don't know if they match the rest of the kind of the tone and kind of the dark nature of the game. There's kind of a bit of a brightening effect gone into a lot of the portraits. Anyway, we got you some scales. Just figured I'd point that out. Aww. Yeah, the music in this game is phenomenal, but they also have a couple of areas that have no music or just ambience, and usually they end up working out quite well. No problem. Long time since we last came here, huh? Now you'll notice in the introductory sequence when I started the game, there was this image of turtles swimming in the sea. I guess that kind of matches the tone and the area that we're in, this tropical paradise. But other than that, it really has nothing to do with the game at all. It's kind of a weird choice for your opening video. But yeah, the sea never changes, rolling in and out since long before we were born. Keep rolling in and out long after our lifetime of a single change. You guys sat and talked philosophy when you were kids. Interesting. I do like the sound, like the tranquil kind of sound of the sea breeze and the waves and all that kind of stuff. Sadly, I do not live next to the ocean, so I don't get to experience it very often, but... Now, kind of a dick move for the game. You are required to say that I remember, and then answer her next question as well in order to get something way at the end of the game. It's not make or break, but I would recommend you answer as I've shown here. First, you say, I remember. I don't know. It depends on how your brain works. My brain, I just forget things now. They just don't come back anymore. Waiting for the right moment, huh? We might even remember this moment someday. 10, 20 years, grown up, married with kids of our own. What kind of adults will we be? And for her second question, you want to say, we'll never forget this day. If you don't do both of these, you do not get this item later. And I will talk about it later on. So I figured I'd point it out now so you can answer it correctly, but we will talk about it later. Like I said, it's not make or break, but it's a free item for answering a text box twice. What have you been wanting to say? Boy, there's a different kind of text box now. Why is there a different kind of text box now? It's not even a box. It's just text on the screen. That didn't seem all that safe. Is that a flashback? Oh, never mind that. Is that a wave? Huh? Magic? Don't close your eyes. There's a wave. Run away. There's a wave. Run. What happened to the wave? Oh, that was something. Someone want to explain what just happened? I'm hearing voices. There's a tidal wave coming at my face. Magic lights. And now I wake up and I'm fine. And no one else is here. They'll abandon me. Assholes. Might have been a dead body washed ashore. Yeah, well, when you lay down face first in the sand, that's probably a good assumption. Not something I would do. Not without, laying on a blanket and just, sitting in the sun. But I wouldn't be doing it with all my clothes on, that's for sure. You're the only one here. She's in the village babies. Yeah, we know that. Should stop by the village. Wouldn't want anything to happen to you. Oh, this old guy has himself a Komodo dragon too. Oh. Speaking of traveling companions. Something went whoosh and you were out cold. And you went to go look around, but no sign of Lena. Did you think she spontaneously combusted? No. I think there's probably another explanation for that. Well, it doesn't seem to be like there's too much else here at the beach. You can go hide behind the coral, but that's about it. All right, I guess we go back to the village now. The music's different. And as I showed you, we could get through this last time. Interesting. Those fish weren't here last time. Now, as far as music tracks go in this game, I love 99% of the soundtrack. The worst song on the entire album is this one. It's got this kind of ability to kind of just raise tension levels, but not in a good way. It doesn't really fit all that well. And I'm not exactly sure why. Anyway, we have some new enemies here. These guys are red elemental, Opa fish here. So we're going to build up our element power, attack the other one with the element, and hopefully one-shot that. And then Poshul can finish this one off and have a little bit of element power for helping us out here. If we need any healing. Yeah, we'll gain a little bit of HP after battle for a little while here. I'm going to fight the rest of these guys. They keep circling this area here, so I will take care of them, and I will see you in a moment. And surprisingly, after the next battle there, I've got the big stat boost. Now, the interesting thing about these mini stat boosts is it's kind of a prequel for what you're going to get at your next star level up. So you notice how Surge got strength, defense, HP, magic, and magic defense. Keep that in mind because on our next star level, he will gain all of those stats. Poshul, on the other hand, will just get defense and HP. Like I said, the amount of each individual stat you get and the total stats, like, you know, if you get magic and magic defense, or if you get everything, accuracy and agility. I think agility might go up. I can't remember. But magic, defense, defense, strength, and HP all go up. But anyway, that's a good sign that Surge is getting a bunch of strength. The physical attacks in this game are much more effective than spells in the long term, so we're definitely going to want to get lots of strength for him, if at all possible. After you get one of those little stat ups where you get lots of stats instead of just, you know, little bits of HP, you won't gain any more stats until you reach your next star level. So it's not like you can unlimitedly farm all the things. There's no item up there, but if you go through that door, fight another beach bum again. I don't need anything else over here, so we can jump back down through here. There's only 3 items in the area this time, but for some reason, yeah, there's new enemies, treasure chests have come back, there's something down there. Actually, I'm going to loop back around here. I saw, it looked like a sign here. I don't think I've ever taken a look at this. Interesting. I don't think I've ever read that in any of the times I've played this game. One of the things about making videos that I really enjoy is taking approaches to the game that I never would have taken before. And we get a bone. Yay! Yeah, there's a Komodo dragon over there. I'm going to pop up here and check real quick. Is there an item here? There's not an item here, so I don't need to go up there. You could go up there and fight that Komodo dragon, but I don't really need to do that. Like I said, no experience, no real need to farm. The enemies are on the, you know, the maps themselves, so you don't have to fight them unless they happen to be guarding treasure, in which case, sure, why not? In addition to those fish, you can fight these guys again, and sometimes a beach bum will show up as well. Now, since we don't need to collect Komodo scales anymore, these guys don't give us anything. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to that. Pretty simple to finish off the enemies. early on in the game, there's not a whole lot to combat. It's pretty straightforward. Now, there's another ivory helmet. Well, I don't need another one of those. There's enemies you could fight, but we got all 3 items out of here, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. Yeah, the music here is different now. Anyway, if you go into elements and allocate, one of the other things you gain at level ups, and it is indicated on the power up section, is you'll gain new slots. So you can now put additional elements in place. We're going to throw some tablets in there. That'll be useful here. And on you, we'll throw an uplift element. Now, Poshul is innate color yellow. So she does get a little bit of a boost in damage to casting the uplift spell because it is also yellow, but her magic stat is atrocious, so it doesn't really matter. You can see on the screen there, her magic stat is 3 and Surge's is 8. Yeah, she has an atrocious magic stat. Well, I guess we just go back to Arni Village then. Music's different here, too. Stay a while and listen. Isn't everyone supposed to know me around here? What about you? You've got elements. We'll talk to you later. You have an item here for me again? Rainbow shell. Talk about end game. That's not for sale. Aw, you gave me something last time. Oh, there's Scorcher. It hasn't rained in a while. Just can't stand the heat, huh? Digging that hole. Termina Knights? Wasn't the poor army there? Oh, there's apparently a general. I don't know what's going on here. Heard anything about the El Nido Triangle down south? Creepy. Some even claim to have seen a huge glowing egg at the bottom of the sea there. Ah, can't possibly be true. What happened to your fish, dude? Haven't been able to hit the big... But you just had one! Like, literally 5 minutes ago, you had one. Well, not literally 5 minutes ago, but you know what I mean. This urge for a challenge. Okay. What's going on here? Stranger? Popular among village girls these days. Bracelets made from rainbow shells. Well, I couldn't get the rainbow shell, so I can't help you this time, but... Why does nobody know who I am? She's on the pier babysitting. This is weird. By the way, I've done a test run for this game. Those of you who've played it, I'm playing stupid. And, just so you know, please just don't spoil things in the comments. I'm sure there are plenty of people who are interested in watching videos that haven't played the game, 20 years ago when, myself and a number of you have played the game. So just don't spoil it for them and everyone will be happy. No mischief with the boats. Outsiders? But I live here! This is weird. Makes you so sleepy. I'm like that when I'm the passenger in a truck. Like when I go work with someone and they're driving the truck and I'm sitting in the passenger seat. If we're driving for more than about 15 minutes, I'm probably falling asleep. I talk a lot in videos because I have something specific that I want to talk about and information I want to get across. when I'm sitting at work in a truck, I got nothing to talk about. I just want to go sleep. It's an interesting thought, I guess. So, why did you abandon me? What did I do wrong? I know it's my fault. I'll just admit it. It's my fault. It's gonna be my fault. I will apologize if you tell me what I did wrong. Did everybody get amnesia except for me? Did they finally put that stupid idea to bed? You know, the main character has to have amnesia in every game for some reason. They just decided, oh, well, we can't do that. Everyone's already done that. We'll give everybody else amnesia instead. Well, kids will be kids. Told them not to swim out, but they're out there pretty far. What happened to the music? You look a lot like the boy who used to live next door to you. Well, what? What was his name? Basically the same. Yeah, what happened to this guy? It's none of, well, okay. Oh. 10 years ago, huh? Brown. My mom says his name was Surge. That's me? Yeah, I feel sorry for you, but I live next door to you, and I'm alive. Why are you opening up to someone who you don't remember, even though we were on a date 20 minutes ago? Not gonna come back. Shouldn't dwell on lost loved ones. Hell, it worked for us in Chrono Trigger. We dwelled and we found a clone and we got the damn guy back. You can find his grave up on Cape Howell. That is the location I took you to earlier, where Surge and Lena's name were on stone up there. No one's been up there in a while. Huh. Well, even if nobody remembers, at least the information that was written on that stone has to still be there. If it's not, then I have no idea what happened. Okay, well, let's continue to talk to the same people. Hasn't worked in years. Your son, wasn't that the guy in the basement? Wasn't he a fisherman? Yeah, a man of the sea. Praying to that silly-looking doll. Okay. Husband's friend lost a son. The boy drowned at sea at the tender age of 7. Such a sad turn of events. Huh. You won't play with you. Well, that's a change of tone. And a little creepy. Beam of light from Lazary the cat. Lazary? Not. Sacred Lickaroo from Licky the cat. Not. Aura of longevity from Ori the cat. Not. This is the strangest thing I think I've ever seen. No answer. Seems to be just a straw doll. The only one down here that's normal is the cat. You just finished praying. What happened to all the fishing stuff that was down here? What is going on here? This is Mojo, a good luck charm from the Far East. The love and affection oozing from it. Looks like a straw doll to me. Spent our yesterdays and our uncertain tomorrows. Huh. Pray together and bring peace of mind to our hearts. This guy's nuts. But if you remember, when we talked to him earlier, he gave us a shark tooth. Let's show him that. See what he says. That's a big fish. No, I'm a kid. I ain't done nothing yet. I go and catch, foot-long trout in the, off the dock. Another me? What do you mean, other me? There's only one me. How can there be another me? I'm confused. What's going on in this game? Good 10 years ago. There's a bunch of people who said something about 10 years ago now. Just gave up. I don't regret my path. I'm gonna, pray to this doll for some reason. Huh. Interesting. This game is weird. Everything has changed. The music's changed. The people have changed. What else? Viper Festival. Didn't you guys say some kind of a event was canceled last time I was here? Traveling band. He's the lead guitarist and the vocalist. Wasn't there a dancer on here? Now there's a poster of Nikki instead of Mickey, who apparently is the lead singer and guitarist. And now someone else is here looking at it and humming over the image. Pays to live to an old age. Actually going to be able to hear Nikki's beautiful voice. Don't tell Gramps about this. So is this the partner of the person who was here before? Group of thieves on the mainland. No. Those thieves have broken into a bunch of houses. Huh. So pretty much the same line he gave us before. what? Didn't you want to share your poetry with me again? You gave up on them. Everyone is different. Huh. Nobody knows about my poetry. Tiny little cafe in the middle of nowhere. Oh yeah, where's the big guy, the big chef from before? This person is a lot more encouraging than the previous one. Well, this was a barrel last time. Now it's just a pot.
Mr. Popo, what are you watering?
Pot?
Pots of what?
Pot? I'm not getting rid of it.
Are you kidding? That shit's great for my glaucoma.
Apparently the pot talks too. The pot gave us an ice lance, which is an element, not a weapon. Huh. What happened to the cook that speaks funny? My lesser half. He went on a journey to brush up on his cooking. Apparently overnight. There was an item down there before. Oh, there's another item in here. And there's a cat instead of a dog-like thing that was here before. I don't even know what the hell that thing was. That's weird. Actually, I should have... So yeah, we went up here before. This is where Poshel's house was. There's another one in the bucket. Beware of mad pecrins. Interesting. Nobody recognizes me. Well, I believe that's 3 items. Well, let's go to my house. What? Yeah, that was the dog-like thing. I don't even know what the hell that is. Guess let's just go to my room. Why is there a Komodo dragon in my room? Also, it looks different. Ah, now I can see. Ah, there we go. My island. Let's you rest here a while. Sure, we might as well rest. I just opened those curtains, but okay. Hey, what? You're charging me to sleep in my own house. Well, that's something, all right. Oi, what are you doing in my house? That's what I asked. This is my house, dude. Why are there people in my house? If you recall, Marge is the name of Serge's mother. You've lived here for 5 years. Is this like Final Fantasy VII? Is this like Nibelheim? Did they completely just replace everybody? Well, I wasn't looking or something? What the hell is going on here? This game is really weird. Enough of your gibberish. He just barges past me. What a dick. Then again, if he has been living here for 5 years and I just barged in his house, I could kind of understand that. Well, there's a lot less going on out here. It's a turn red. It's an element that turns the target to the color that it indicates. So in this case, red. So it'll change the target's innate element color to red. It can be useful as a buff when you're targeting a boss or an enemy that happens to be weak to that particular element. Record of Fate records everything, good or bad. I think you said basically the same thing before. Why would you ask something if you should do something? Why don't you just figure it out for yourself? Well, we all have regrets, so it's not surprising. We all make lots of wrong decisions every day. Usually they start when we turned on our alarm the night before. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk to your thing. Our chief Ganji is really wasn't it Radius? Huh. Well, there's another item behind the frame. Someone had pointed out what that means. It's not 5. I think it was like honesty and... Oh, I don't have it pulled up. I think I had that. Well, there goes the volume. Oh well. What was it? It was correctness, justness, righteousness. So, thanks for that. Wanted to see the chief. Ganji's our chief. Huh. And that poster that was up here is gone too. Okay. Well, that should be all 6 items that are available in the village. Weird as it is that there's a bunch of items in the same places that they were there, 20 minutes ago. And if you talk to her, she's got some new elements for us to purchase as well. So here we want to buy another fireball. And another aqua beam. And another cure element. You could buy other things as well. You could buy tablets. We have more than enough of those. We don't need medicines early on. There's not a lot of status curing stuff that we're going to need at all throughout the game, but we will need a little bit. I'll go into what status effects do when we actually find some. Anyway, that's, I guess, all for that. The town is completely different. But that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Next time, since everything seems to be different, I'm going to go check out all the other stuff that I checked out before. And then I think we'll take Lena up on her advice and visit, quote-unquote, Surge's grave up at Cape Howell. See if we're really in the same place, or if someone's changed everything out, or what the hell is going on. Anyway, that's pretty much all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.